Are you also one of the people who believe that the EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters, and Julius Malema, they are being voted for by foreigners?
Okay. No, I don't think so. Because I believe that foreigners are not allowed to vote. So I don't think foreigners vote for EFF or support EFF.
Unfortunately, there's people who believe that.
Why?
They say EFF is a party of foreigners. EFF is being voted for by foreigners.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
And let me read something to those people so they can have a basic understanding of how the world works. And this is the Constitution of South Africa, what I'm reading here. Pay attention. The Constitution is clear. Only citizens can vote. Section 19(3)(a) of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996 says, every adult citizen has the right to vote in elections for any legislative body established in terms of the Constitution. That means only South African citizens, not foreigners, can vote in national, provincial, or municipal election. Even permanent residents and refugees do not get the right to vote. They also say the only partial exception, municipal bylaws and local participation. Foreigners cannot vote, but they may be allowed to participate in local government processes like attending ward committee meetings, like community meetings and things like that, giving public comment on municipal planning or budgeting, joining community consultations, for example, about housing and safety. However, that is not voting. It's just public participation, which municipalities encourage for all residents, citizens or not. They also say, what about permanent residents or refugees? Even if a person holds permanent residence, asylum seeker or refugee status, they still cannot register to vote in South African elections. The Electoral Act 73 of 1998 requires proof of South African citizenship, a green ID book or a smart ID card, to register as a voter. So basically, it's false, this narrative that foreigners are the ones who are voting for the EFF. And when you look at the EFF, I don't know if you know the results, how they were. The EFF was voted for by 1.5 million people. And that happens to be South Africans. But each and every day we are told the EFF is being voted for by foreigners. It's a party of foreigners. But the law says that's not true. And the EFF in the vote, they got 1.5 million votes.
Yeah. That's interesting because that means it can only be South Africans because the Constitution says that foreigners cannot vote. Even if you're a permanent resident, right? You cannot vote. And I also saw a comment, someone saying EFF just a bunch of foreigners. That's so stupid. Like, how can Julius Malema coming from Limpopo, that means he's South African, and being supported by foreigners?
Like, it's crazy. And these people get it from propaganda. People push propaganda and lies out there, and they believe these things.
Wow.
And they go with them shouting, EFF is for foreigners. I don't even know the law of South Africa. These people are a bunch of stupid people.
Oh my God.
Very lazy thinkers. They don't want to do research. They don't want to study. They don't want to go to school. But Fetu, there is nothing wrong with researching things before you talk about things you don't know. Hence us here, we research, we show you the things you're talking about.
And I think it's logic to understand that you cannot vote for someone to be president if you are not from that country.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even if we go and stay in America for for years and years. We don't have the right
To
to
vote.
vote.
Yeah, there's no
Yes,
reason
I think
to
this
vote.
is logic. This is logic. Like,
Yeah, we can speak about, yeah, we like this one,
yes,
we attend community meetings, but we can't vote.
yes, to understand what's going on in the country, to attend those meetings, right?
But these people, they somehow believe this. Why
But
do you
why
think, though? I want to ask you, why do you think these people are encouraged to take the EFF like that and even accuse the EFF that foreigners vote for it?
I think because Julius Malema always speaks about foreigners, support foreigners, and he always tries to protect foreigners and say that foreigners are not the ones that are committing the crime. They are not the ones that are making the unemployment rate go up. It's the government. Instead of like pointing at foreigners, look at the government. We should be like fighting against the government, not the foreigners. Like he's trying to shift the blame from the foreigners. So like South Africans that don't like Julius Malema, they would think that, oh, when that means you like foreigners, that means many people that vote for you are foreigners. Why are you standing up for them? Just like us, we standing up for foreigners. People think, oh, that means us, we are foreigners and things like that.
That's crazy, man. And we are not foreigners.
We are not foreigners. It's just about humanity. Like he even spoke for people in Gaza. You know, that says a lot about Julius Malema.
Yeah, the people who are saying those things, I think they don't know the law.
And they're just hating on Julius Malema.
For no reason.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know the law. They don't know the constitution of South Africa. They just speak because they are angry. They speak their emotions and just say whatever. They don't care if what they say is the truth. And the worst part is that there's people who believe these people who are saying these things. There's people who believe them. They believe them and they run with these things.
Yes, and they run with it. I think we used to be like that, like growing up. Like we'll see something from the news. Like I would also run with that, like growing up. Now that we are older, you do your research, you know. Yeah.
Hey, why is Mpurani?
And I feel like people hate Julius Malema because he's unapologetic about who he is.
He stands for something and he defends it.
Yes.
And standing for African people is like, you don't just get attacked by your white people, you also get attacked by your own black people for standing up for black people. And it's simply just saying basic things. Yeah, we can deal with illegal immigration, but this problem is way beyond because these people are already here. So let's document them in a system where we can find them if they commit crimes so we can know who these people are. But now they're undocumented, so we don't know who they are, many of them. And he also says things like...
And I understand that frustration. Yes, it makes sense.
And he also says things like, there's no borders. So what's the point of deporting them when there's no borders? Because they will come back.
Yes.
You see, also speaks about, let's stop hating each other as black African people. There is no need. The whole world already hates black people. But somehow we must continue to hate each other as black people ourselves.
And white men are just looking at us and laughing.
They're laughing. You think that's why there's no white person who's participating in all of these things of foreigners, what. They don't care.
They don't care.
They're minding their business, eating money. It's only a bunch of black people going back and forth. Every day is us here making videos. And
I remember last year when Malema mentioned something about the borders, all the South African people lost it. They just, I don't know if they see it on social media, they were like, no, I wanted to vote for Malema, but just because he said we should open the borders, that means he want to turn this whole country into Zimbabwe. So I'm not.
I remember that time.
Yeah,
I remember.
I'm not voting for Malema. So when you mentioned borders, people lost it.
But yeah. So it is what it is. The country we live in, A lot of people, the one thing I know, they need to do research, they need to research things, they need to understand certain things in life. Because people just be saying easy into
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, research, man, understanding the law of South Africa, being up to date. People must engage, because hey, it gets crazy, when you see comments like, hey, like, where did you get this? Like, what are you talking about? You're so uneducated. You should go and do research. If a person has enough data to comment, that means you have enough data to go and do research about the things we talk about. Verify for yourself. You go and research and come back with a well-informed opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But they
True.
don't.
Just people just be bashing people with things that they don't know. They didn't even research. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much to say. But Julius Malema having to support foreigners, it's just like something like humanity, having to support our fellow black people,
Mm-hmm.
black on black. Yeah.
Yeah.